me type in. I hate Wednesdays. Kinda, how do you pin? Never mind. No lie. I kind of miss this. I kind of miss talking to myself. And since I'm home alone and I'm going to be home alone for a while, I was thinking, like, let me bring this back. You know what I'm saying? But since I didn't ask people for like questions or statements or whatever, I was like, let me just, because I need to cook anyway. It's been a while since I've cooked, and also because I'm by myself, you know. So I was like, let me just, and also it's two stones with one bird. It's two birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me record this and then post this recording after I edit it and whatnot onto YouTube so that I can get more views that side. Since y'all clearly don't care about me going live, but I don't give a damn because this is my life. And I'm going to talk to myself without looking insane. And also home alone. So yeah, on today's menu is I was thinking of making, okay, I always make this, let me not even lie, like rice with stew with some sausage, varos. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is prep the vegetables and then we'll get started. Let me go get them. Don't, it's fine. No lie, I'm thinking I should have taken these out before I started, but it's fine. But it's fine. Let me tell you something, yeah? Is it making noise? I think it's making noise. You must always start by prepping your vegetables so that when you, what was I gonna say? When you start cooking, things don't get, you know? Yeah. Where are the onions? Oing. So that things don't. Yeah, as I was saying, for these past 2 days, yeah, I've been on like TikTok. I was like, since I'm gonna be home alone and stuff, as I keep saying, hint, wink, wink. Since I've been home alone, I was like, what kind of content can I make? All sorts of that stuff. And then as I was watching other people's content, I kept getting emotional. I was like, why is TikTok making me so emotional? And I was like, it's because I have a theory. I figured it out. It's because when you like lack some like emotional connection to like one of your like older, when you lack something from your childhood and you see other people in their childhood getting that same thing, it makes you emotional. And I was like, I was watching I was watching people like with their parents. I was watching, I don't remember what else I was watching because I was like, fuck this. I'm not gonna cry on TikTok. That's weird, So then I kept asking myself, I was like, why? Why? And I was like, it's because you do not have a connection. I literally do not have a personal connection to my parentals. Isn't that so sad? That's so sad. And I was like, I'm so jealous. Yes, jealousy. I was jealous of these people. And it's not even like I could say it's a white people thing. It's not a white people thing. It's a family thing, And people on TikTok are like, yeah, value your kids, value your parents, value this and that and the other. And I'm just like, it's not like I don't. It's just that we've never had that relationship, So yeah, keep thinking about like, God forbid, what if they die and we never got to resolve our issues or whatever. And I'm like, honestly, at this point, it is what it is. Me at my big age, it is what it is. Because I do have a family, shame. I was also thinking about that because I typically have two families. The family I was born to and the family that I chose. And the family that I chose is... Wait, this onion doesn't want to... The family that I chose is honestly top tier. I don't know why I don't give them like enough attention, because they're always calling me. They're like, you never call us, this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, I'm trying to make a connection with the family that I was born into. But now, at my big age, once again, I realize that that's my fam. That's my mom and my dad and my little brothers. Because I have little brothers, guys. They're not technically my brothers, not by birth. But yeah, they are my little brothers. Now I need to go see them. I'm gonna cut this onion because it doesn't want to onion the way it's supposed to onion. Onion. So yeah, then I started crying because I was like, I didn't start crying. TikTok made me cry because I was like, why? All my life I could have been with these people, and then my trauma right now wouldn't have been as bad because I would have had people that I could rely on and stuff like that. Do you guys cut your onions like this or like this? Because I cut mine like this. But if you cut yours like this, you're weird. If it's like this, you're very weird. You're supposed to cut it like this. And I'm gonna cut it and then I'm gonna wash it because it doesn't wanna. Anyway, I was thinking because they have a very healthy family dynamic. They sit down for dinners and stuff. Cats. Thank you. They sit down for like dinners and stuff. They tight knit. They ask each other how their day was, things like that. And I'm like, first of all, we used to live before the people got divorced and stuff. We used to live in a house together, and in that house, was just a movie after a movie after a movie. We saw things, we heard things were done onto us, stuff like that, and we were never that, because it was a house, so like, because this is an apartment, obviously, flat, townhouse, whatever you want to call it. So we had a dining room, we had a kitchen, bedrooms, garage, all that good stuff, a pool even. We had those things, but we would never do things together. Literally each person had their own room, except for like my little sisters, biologically my little sisters. Everybody, my dad had his own room, my mom did, obviously me and my sisters had our own room. And then before my mom moved out, they had their own rooms. So we would all do things separately, and because of how big the house was, we were not connected like emotionally and all of that. And also because of what was going on at the same time as us growing up. How do I say this? Like, we moved in together, right? But it was like we moved in because of circumstance, not because like we were family or whatever. So we watched all of these things together. So it wasn't a thing of family, it was a thing of like, okay, hey, what the fuck is that? It was like a thing of, okay, we are your parents, we have to live together because we made you, not because we actually want to live together, you know? So for a couple of years it was like that. Since I was in grade 4, we moved into that house when I was in grade 1, and obviously when I'm 7, I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, okay, mom and dad, and at that time they were still like sleeping together and stuff, so I was like, okay, cool. They're still doing things because then they made another one of my siblings. So I was like, okay, cool, babe. And then when she was born, the last born sibling was born, that's when things started getting very crazy, because there were accusations thrown around, things like that. And also my dad was like, this last born that you just gave birth to doesn't look like the other children, because all of us are like light skin and stuff. Okay, the third one not really, but me and my sister, okay, the two of us, the first two are light skin, and then the third one, she's like caramel, she's not dark. So when the last one came, she was like chocolate, and then he was like, where did this baby come from? And I'm like, you're a whole doctor, you don't know how what do you call that thing? You don't know how genetics works, because he's dark. So I was like, it came from you. What? We got your height, but she got your skin color. And also she's like taller than us. Like, she got taller. Like, I don't know how tall I am. I was about to lie. But yeah, she's taller than us, she's darker than us, she's just different. So he was like, then they started arguing and stuff, and then she moved out of the main bedroom into another bedroom that was supposed to go to my sister, but then she moved somewhere else. So then that was when I was in grade 4, and we lived like that until she moved out, which was after matric. Because after matric I don't remember what happened. This is long ago. This is like 2018, 2017 shandies. So around that time, she moved out because things were getting hectic. People were boxing each other. It was just, I'm joking. They were not boxing each other. They were boxing each other verbally, but not physically. Yeah. So after that, she filed papers, obviously, because she was like, nah, I can't take this anymore. I can't live in this house. It's madness, you know? So I was like, yay. At the time, my mentality was like, okay, cool. She's gonna move out. We obviously have to move too, because divorce proceedings or whatnot. They're gonna have to sell the house or whatever, you know? So then I thought things were gonna get better, but they got like 10 times worse, because obviously, you know, when you are married in like community of property or whatever, you have to literally split things down the middle. That included obviously her biological children. And it was weird, because obviously now he's like I don't know what the word is, but he was like sad mad that she moved out when she did. Because when she moved out, she didn't tell anybody. She was literally just like, I'm gonna pack my, she would like, you know the way mothers would threaten, like, I'm gonna pack my things, you guys mustn't miss me when I'm gone, A B C D, this, that, and the other. this is not enough green pepper, but it's fine. So she would do that, and eventually she did. And we were like, oh, okay. And then she was like, yeah, you guys must come visit me. And I was like, you know. But then, that's when my dad was like, nah, I don't want you to see her anymore because she's evil, this and that, and whatever. And at the time, I was still like, 17, 18. So I didn't understand. Okay, not a lot of things were explained to me as to why he was feeling the way that he was. I just thought, like, this guy is crazy. He doesn't want to let this lady go, even though they were verbally boxing each other literally every day. So as I got older and I started to spend more time with my dad, I understood why he was feeling the way he felt, why certain things were happening, basically. So at that time, we'd still be like, all four of us would still be like, no, we don't want to live with you. My sister had gone to uni because I didn't want to go to uni at the time. I still don't want to be in uni, but it's fine. We're not going to talk about that. She had gone to uni, and then me and my other sisters had to like pack up the house and stuff and then move to somewhere else, not here. We moved here, I want to say last year. I don't remember when. So as we're moving, obviously she didn't take like everything of hers. So, and her bed too, she left her bed. So then she was like, she called one of us, I don't remember which one, and he was like, no, and then she was like, yeah, I want to come get my bed, can you please prepare it or whatever. And we were like, alright, cool. In order for her to get her bed, because we lived in like a gated like why can't I speak? Gated like community. So obviously, like at the gate, you have to be like, she's a visitor now, she's not a resident anymore. You have to call at the gate and be like, yeah, no, I'm gonna come and do, because like also when you use a truck, you have to use like the other gate, and in order to use the other gate, you have to call that front gate and then get permission from like the owner of the house that you're going to, if that makes sense. So I had to, she was like, yeah, can you please tell your dad that I need to come get my shandies? And I go tell him, and then he's like, nah, she's not doing that. She's not coming to get her bed. I forbid her. Like, what? Is she crazy? No. So then he took all of our phones, like literally all of our phones, our PCs too, our laptops. We were technology-less for a very long time after that, because he didn't want us like communicating with her side of the family, all that good stuff. So I don't remember, but one of those days after that, like a few months later, I want to say, she came and then she dropped off like another phone. And then she was like, don't tell your dad, otherwise you're not going to have a phone. And I was like, I bet. Why would I tell him? I also want a phone. Mind you, I didn't have a phone. Like, since high school, the whole of high school, I didn't have a phone. First year of when I was supposed to go to uni, didn't have a phone. I only got a phone 2018. And I finished high school 2017. Imagine. So that's 2018, got a phone. She's like, yeah, don't tell him, but we need to communicate. I need to get my bed. Da 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 da. So one of these days we went out. I don't remember where we went to. And when we came back, her room was empty. And I was like, oh, what's going on? Then I was like, nah, we needed to move it because of ABCD. Oh, because they needed to paint the room. Then they finished painting the room and the bed was still not back. And she called me and she was like, okay, where's my bed? And then I had to go ask because she didn't want to ask. I don't know why. Okay, I know why. They were going to verbally box each other. And then, he was like, nah, I gave it away. You don't deserve it, blah, 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 blah. You must go buy yourself a new bed. Because now he's thinking she's living with other people, but she actually like found herself an apartment and all of that. And that's the first time she like lived by herself. Anyway, not the point. The point is that literally after we moved out there, he still like cut communication or whatever. And then I went to uni, so yeah, so things got better, I think, because they had to do like court stuff, and when they were in court, more things came up that we're hidden. So now, ever since I went to uni, so 2020, ever since 2020, I'm lying, ever since 2019 until now, they've been arguing about this thing, and it's a mess. But yeah, every time, because now we have like a schedule type shandies, whereby we need to like obviously spend time, mother, father. I just never go to her. Because also the trauma that she gave me is just, it's a lot. Fuck, I'm cutting these things and I didn't wash them. Look at me exposing myself. I'll wash it. So yeah, every time, like now, uni is on a break or whatnot, and he literally asks us like, okay, are you guys going to your mom? Are you staying here? What's happening? And I was like, I'm staying here because I don't want to be traumatized anymore. I realized at a young age, I was like, he's the toxic one. He doesn't want to, because I was not allowed to go out, not allowed to have a phone, all of that good stuff. I thought somebody was breaking in. I was not allowed to have those things, no? So I was like, I don't like you, you're so toxic, this, and that. Like, I want to go live with my mom, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I don't want you guys to live with me because you guys are not in my budget. I can't afford y'all. I can't afford to live with y'all. And that was the first time when I was like, why would you say that? You're literally a mother. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming. I was like, you're literally a mother. Why would you say that? You're not in my budget. What? And then after that, obviously we couldn't argue, we couldn't fight, we couldn't do anything. So we lived with my dad for like the longest time. And the more I lived with him, the more I realized that he actually wasn't toxic. He just literally wanted the best for his kids, literally sacrificed a lot just to literally his house. The house that we lived in, the mansion, he built it with his money and stuff. And because they were married in community of property, I had to give it up. And she had to get like half of everything. Even though he literally was the breadwinner. He paid for everything. School fees, groceries, clothes, everything. Except for not even sometimes our hair to do it. Like he paid for that. And he would always be like, why am I paying for these things? What is she paying for? What is she doing with her money, And it'd be like, I don't know. That's your wife, nigga. Go ask her. Obviously, we didn't say that. But that was also a question we had on our minds. Even when we would go, like, visit her mom, my gran, she would also be like, no, man, why don't you pay for anything? Why are you like this? And she would never give, like, a straight answer. Like, never. Even... Oh, I forgot this is an onion. Even, like, our phones, he bought them. Our laptops, he bought them. School shoes, school uniform, school everything, bought them. School fees, paid for it. School, anything we needed for school that was important. These onions, fuck. Paid for all of that. Nah, I'm not crying. It's these onions. Extra classes, if we needed them, paid for them. So it would be a thing of like, what exactly are you paying for? Like, what are you, So yeah, that's what he's most mad at, that he allowed that for himself. And I'm just like, I mean, it makes sense. Why? Because he was like, okay, you're going to be a stay-at-home mom. You're going to teach your children how to cook, how to clean, basic shandies. Did she do that? No, she did not do that. None of it. I learned how to cook from my aunt and from YouTube. And when I cook, I mean, wow, these onions, yes. And when I say cook, I mean like the basic things. Honestly, rice. Not a gourmet chef or anything. She's a gourmet chef though, my aunt. Chef's kiss. Anyway, so yeah, that's what he's mostly mad at. That after 12 years of living together, she contributed herself and trauma to the household. So when I'm on TikTok and I'm watching these families, I'm jealous because I'm like, why wasn't that me? I understand that they have their own trauma there, but I have trauma. I have, what's the word? I have neglect trauma. If that makes sense. I have neglect trauma. I have trauma from not getting enough attention from the parentals. That's what I have, I can't even, when you're talking to your friends and you're like, yeah, my mom knows that I don't eat this or I eat that, or she doesn't know anything. Literally, the only thing that she knows, and because I told her, not that she wanted to know, is that I like socks. And everybody knows that I like socks, She can't say, one personal thing about me. Nothing. And I'm like, that's not nice. That's so sad. I can laugh about it now, but it wasn't funny before. At all. So yeah, that's why I think TikTok was making me emotional and stuff. But it's fine now. It's not fine. It's getting better. At least now I have a therapist, and I tell my therapist everything. That is a lie. I tell my therapist almost everything. Yeah. And he was like, because my therapist is a man, he was like, you need to heal from your trauma before trying to. That's why I was like, because I was like, it's so difficult for me to make friendships that last, for me to find actual friends that I can trust and all of that, because of my trauma. I don't trust anybody because of my trauma, So we're working through that. But in the meantime, I am going with the wind. I'm going with the flow, honestly. I'm going with the flow. I'm gonna be alright. I'm gonna still cry here and there because I'm a very emotional person, even though I don't want people to know that, because then they walk all over me. But they walk all over me anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is at this point, because ouch, I almost cut myself. Yesterday I was hanging the curtains. Okay, I was trying to hang the curtains, and I've never hung curtains before, ever. So I don't know what happened, and I put my foot on the couch instead of using the chair that was right there. I was like, I want to be comfortable and use the couch. Did I not slip and almost break my toe? It still hurts. It still hurts. Anyway, that's all I have to say, honestly. I wanted to talk about traumas and stuff, but since I'm talking to myself, we'll only be talking about myself, I wasn't even reading. Sounds sad. Yeah, it is sad, man. But life is sad. When you don't have money, life is sad. That is why, ne? That is why. We need to make money. Honestly, I feel like it's not going to heal your inner child, but it's just going to make life softer. And I have always aspired to live a soft life. Duh. I don't know anybody who purposely wants their life to be hard. Everybody wants their life to be soft, right? With that being said, your trauma will be easier with money. If you have money, you have everything. Okay, kind of. If you have money and you have friends that care about you, and you have family that cares about you, not only the family you were born into, but the family that you chose, that care about you, you're literally unstoppable. And once I get that into order, listen, I'm gonna be unstoppable. I I don't know why it's taking me so long to chop these onions, because I'm talking. I am. Life is sad, but we move. No, don't look. Don't look at them. They're not nice. You know when I did them? Actually, I have a story time. So there was this day, right? Thank you, by the way. There's this day when I went to campus. I had a submission, at 1. And this hun called me and she was like, I called her this hun because we don't talk anymore. She called me in the morning at 7 and she was like, I need a client for today for my exam. And I was like, I bet. Literally dropped everything and I went to her school. Ubered with my own money. Dropped my schoolwork that was due. Important schoolwork. And I went to her school, right? And I was like, how long is this going to take? She was like, between 8 and 12. But you're going to leave before 12 though. I was like, that gives me more than enough time to do what I need to do, you know? Then I go there. Everything is nice and dandy. We even finished early. 11:15. Tell me why. Because I had to, obviously it's an exam, I had to leave and wait for her to, because I didn't have Wi-Fi also, I had to wait for her to hotspot me and whatnot. No. Tell me why she came out of the exam room after 2 hours. She left me waiting outside for her for 2 hours. Even though her exam instructor lady said that she'll be done by 12. At 1:45, she comes. And she's like, why are you mad? What's wrong? And I'm like, you left me outside for 2 hours. What do you mean what's wrong? Basically 2 hours. I'm exaggerating. Basically 2 hours. And she's like, why are you mad? Like, I don't even understand. You got your nails done for free. Nah. And I was like, this hun is so lucky that I do not have free time, because I was going to chew her out, you know? And I was like, listen. I don't have time. Can you please just request for me and then I'm going to go? Because honestly, your mom's, whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe. Request for me so I can go. Then I text her and I'm like, okay, I apologize for being, finicky about leaving, but I really needed to go somewhere. I really needed to submit something at that time and I couldn't do it. Obviously, why? There's no Wi-Fi, there's no PC, there's no computer, there's nothing, Guess what? She texted me back. I'm too nice to these people, I swear. But yeah, it's been like so many weeks after that, and I've been saying I'm gonna take out these nails, and I haven't. So yeah, you saying that they're nice actually boosts my confidence. Thank you. Anyway, oh my gosh, this actually helps. I don't know why that's not working. My Instagram is broken. It's not working. I don't know why. Oh, there we go.
Joe, I thought of something.
Why would you join my live with in what's the word?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it just clicked to me now that I asked you to I requested during load shedding. It hit me just this moment.
What?
I'm saying I requested your live, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as you accepted, you never guess what your boy Escom did to me.
Oh, load shedding.
Okay.
Shit. Excuse.
Yeah, so I just kicked me out of fun. What's fun? People can't even see my hot face at this moment.
Okay. Not that
Scary,
they
hey,
wanted
hey.
to.
Was that a new
They
note?
came Came
Okay.
here for me, not for you.
They came here for what?
For me, not for you. I'm joking.
What?
You see,
They came.
the internet, the
They
internet's
came here. They came here to watch you complain about school while holding that knife in a menacing way.
How is this menacing? I'm chopping vegetables.
However,
What?
however, for that split second, I saw you there. You held the knife like this. You're on some type of like for 2 hours. For 2 hours, I was waiting outside for 2 hours. I'm like, what's going on?
No, because you really okay. Excuse. I didn't mean for it to come off that way, but
You're doing it again. You're doing it again. If I put the knife down, put it
I'm
down.
chopping. Leave me. I can't chop vegetables with a spoon. That's weird. I don't even think that's possible.
I let me be out, dog. It's cold as a bitch out here. Shut up.
So, but yeah, man, it's gonna take a while. I usually cook for like 2 hours, maybe three. But luckily the meat is defrosted, and also I'm really cooking for myself, so it shouldn't take that long. Am I really cooking for myself? I think so. Yeah. I wish I had music, because my phone is my music. I uploaded, because I don't have a PC, by the way. I'm starting a PC by my friend. I can't make new mixes, and also I have to prepare for like a gig sort of thing that I have when I go back to, or if I go back to to tax. I have to prepare for that, and I don't have a PC. And she was telling me that the lady that was in charge of the event or whatever, she was telling me that we need, bear in mind, my genre, right? The genre that I know how to play is the BPM is 113. And she was like, yeah, we wanna hear R&B in one set. In one set. We wanna hear R&B, we wanna hear hip hop, we want to hear this, and this, but most importantly, we want to hear piano. And I was like, I got you with the piano. No, excuse me, with the other genres, I need it. So what I was thinking now, don't tell her I told you this, but what I was thinking is I could, and also because I don't have like a PC, and also I'm home alone, so I can't even ask for a PC. I was thinking that I could ask. What am I saying? I was thinking that I could take a pre-mixed thingy from YouTube and then play it. Who's gonna know? Who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. So I was thinking I would do that and then play, play, and then when the peoples come after and they're just like, wow, that was an amazing set. I'm gonna be like, listen, I have a secret. I have a secret. But I'd only do that with the hip hop part, the R&B part, all of that, because with Yanos, I'm fine, man. Not even just fine, I'm fire. I'm underrated. I'm an underrated artist, and I need people to to rate me, man. Damn it. You know how sometimes you get like message Spotify, SoundCloud links from like rappers, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, can you please share this for me? It's a song that's gonna make us out of the hood." You know those type of things, and you share them, and they don't make it out of the hood. I genuinely think now, if I put in 100%, 100% of my effort into this mixing thing, oh sorry, if I put in 100%, if I put in 100% of my efforts into this mixing thing, I could go far. I really could. Because that competition with YFMs literally says it all. I literally made it to the finals. They emailed me, asked me a bunch of questions, and I was in the finals. The only problem is the finals was so sad. The finals, there was a lot going on, and I couldn't go. But had I gone and had I won, wait, not important. Had I gone, I would have won. And the thing that also makes me like, it's a confidence booster is that I was the only female. Mufasa, bro. Mufasa. It's a lion. There's that lion thing. But yeah, anyway. What was I saying? Oh, I was saying I uploaded. When I uploaded the episode 3, I had made it like 2 weeks prior, and I was like, this mix is just not the one, man. It's missing something. And people were like, just upload, it's nice. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, you don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about because you can't hear it, but I can hear it. And then eventually I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. At the end of the day, I do care, but I don't, you know? So then I was like, upload, jiggy jiggy. It's the most viewed video like ever that I've ever posted. And I'm like, but I'm also thinking them. It's also because of the song choices. Because my song choices top tier, bro. They're always top tier. Always. Don't call me. Why are you calling me? You can't park the car there. Why are you park the car there? I don't know what else to talk about. I don't want to lie to you. I had a whole. You know what I need to start doing? I need to start doing what I used to do. Because when I used to do this, I was in 2018, 2021. It's 2 years ago. And when I used to do it, I wanted it to be I wanted it to be like a host situation, like an IG type show. So when it didn't go that way, I cried about it, as I usually do. And then I let it go. I was like, fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. Because people, first of all, the views were not viewing. The questions were questioning. Because I used to have like a poll type thing where people like send questions and statements or whatever. No lie. I would also put in like my own statements and stuff. But most of the time, people used to put in like statements. Those were fire, no lie. But I didn't have the audience, and the people that I wanted to host the show with didn't want to host the show with me. So then I was like, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore. But had I persevered and, like, had been loyal, I feel like it would have been far by now. Because why are you following me if you don't want to see my face? You know? What the fuck did I? Why are you following me if you don't want to? If you don't want to see my face? You're here because you want to see my face. Duh, duh. So I was like, I have the audience. I have like at the time I had 500, 400, 500, 2021, around 400 followers at the time. I'm like, yeah, these 400 followers are gonna be my audience. I'm gonna get more audience. Then when that didn't happen, I gave up, and I was like, I don't want the social media thing anymore. Screw this. I'm done. I'm focusing on school only. And I did quite well at school. I lost a lot of friends, but I did quite well at school. And then when I found my passion, which is music, that was the last thing I expected for my passion, to be honest, which was music. I was like, let me do this thing again. Then I started posting on TikTok, and now, since I started posting last year until now, my hashtag, my old hashtag, has like 40K views. What? 40,000? And that's when I realized that people are not available at the same time. People won't watch you live, but they will watch you on TikTok. Isn't that crazy? That's so insane to me. They will watch you on TikTok. So then I was just like, you know what? I could try this I Hate Wednesdays thing again, but with YouTube. I could try with YouTube, and that's what I'm gonna do. For now, though, because I felt like speaking, I'm gonna do it on IG, Instagram, and I was also contemplating going live on. I am actually gonna go live on TikTok. No lie, I'm not even gonna lie. I was contemplating going live there, but I'm like, yo, TikTok, how even does that work? But I will, just to test it out, just to get my followers familiar with me, stuff like that, you know. So yeah, yeah. Otherwise, this video really is just for my YouTube. I'm gonna, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to upload it. I'm not gonna edit it, I'm just gonna upload it just like that. And then, yeah. There's no point, man. I used to go live all the time. I used to be like, Jolo, school, live. I have some of those live videos, but now I'm literally monetizing every aspect of my social media. As soon as guys, please, as soon as I find a dedicated social media team, it's chai for all of you. Literally. But other than that, life is life. Life is life. The juice into my eye. I'll read these things, man. Can't my fingers are sticky. You know how sticky it gets. Let's tell stories. You know, I was watching TikTok now, and I was watching the story times of people at Zanzu, and I'm like, these people, these females are saying they got drugged and stuff. And I'm like, have I gone to Zanzu and gotten drugged? And I didn't know about it. That would be so crazy. That would be so crazy. Because they were like, yeah, we drank the punch, that like cranberry Hennessy mixture. And then jiggy jiggy, we were feeling dizzy and stuff. And I'm just like, that's happened to me too, but I thought I was wasted. I've never like passed out. That's a lie. I've never passed out in a club because of the cocktails they were offering. Because of Savannah, yeah. Guys, don't play with Savannah. Savannah's not nice. So what Savannah does to your body is not nice. Yeah. But yeah, they were like, we got drugged. These promoters are evil. This, that, and the other. And I'm like, that is literally either it's never happened to me or I've never noticed. Or I've never noticed, you know? What happened to them? Always cook with turmeric, guys. Turmeric is the one. But I have a lot of Zenzu story times. I don't want to lie to you. In 2021. Oh, that's when I became a groovist because I literally didn't care about anything else except grooving. So in 2021, and it also helped that we knew multiple promoters. a lot of time in this cupboard. But anyway, so cool. We get hit up by these promoters. They're like, yo, we need fans to be on our guest list. You'll get cocktails. You'll see, because at the time I was still like obsessed with Dali. So they were like, yeah, no, Dali's on the peanut tomato. No. You know when you go grocery shopping and you knew you forgot something, but you didn't know what that thing was. Now there's only bloody peanut tomato. Anyway, so they were like, yeah, we need, I think I'll just cook without soup today. Just use a bunch of tomatoes. They were like, we need hands for our guest list. Whatever. I don't remember the first time that I went to Zanzu, but I remember this particular time because that was the day I had something to submit for school. And they were like, yeah, we're going to be in and out. You can leave by like 8. Young Stunner was performing. And at the time, obviously, it's Young Stunner. He had Adiwele out. So it was just like, and you know, these artists are so evil because they're like, we're not going to arrive at the club when it's a normal time. No. We're going to arrive at the club at 1 a.m. And that time it was still COVID. So I think when clubs closed, it was like 12, I think. I don't remember. But it was late. And, you know, we there that time. It was that time of the month for me. So, and it was the first day too. And on the first day, that's when I'm usually like nauseous. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just like, you know. But because they said they're going to be in the club for like 10 minutes, I was like, oh, wait. So I went. I didn't eat anything because I thought I was going to come back. The cocktails come out. So I'm like, yeah, no, just have one. You'll be alright. You'll be fine. Like, I had one, I had two, I had three. It just kept going, you know. And then it came to a point whereby my stomach, the painkillers that were already in my stomach were fighting with the cocktail that was trying to enter my stomach, you know. So then, what am I doing? Oh, hold on. They were fighting with everything inside of my stomach. And I'm like, listen, can't sit here anymore. Because we were chilling, you know, vibing and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, I pulled one of the females to the side. I'm like, listen, everything is about to come out. Just prepare for that, yeah? And she was like, no, let's go to the bathroom very quickly. Because apparently if you vomit in the club, then they kick you out. Stuff like that. I don't know. I've never been down. Okay, let me not lie, because I don't remember. But I've never been kicked out of a club, especially because of vomiting, you know. So we go to the bathroom. I let out all my insides, and then I'm fine. You know, the messed up thing about drinking is that it's a toxin. You're literally letting toxins into your body. You are literally letting toxins into your body on purpose. And the moment that they go in, they feel nice for a bit. And then after that bit, it doesn't feel nice anymore, especially in the morning. So yeah, puke in the club, then I'm fine. You know, it's not like I've never been drugged. That was the first time I puked because of that. But it was because of the time of the month. It's not because, okay, I think it's not because of the drugs, you know. So yeah, that was the time. But the time I remember the most is when Dali was playing. We went. They made me cry in the club because they said Dali wasn't coming, and I was like, the only reason I came to this club is because I wanted to see Dali Waka. What do you mean he's not coming? You know, and then I literally cried in the club, literally. But it was because of the semi-sober. I was drinking before. They told me that. And then they were like, no, we're joking, we're joking, we're joking. He is coming. Oh my gosh, we feel so bad. Right? Cool. Because we needed females and stuff for their guest list or whatever, we had invited this other hun that used to be my friend. She's not my friend anymore. We invited her, and yeah, no. She had, I don't know if she still does because I don't talk to her anymore, but she had a armpit problem. Fuck this one up. So as we're dancing, we're feeling nice, we're doing what hands are doing, whining. I don't even know. And then later they told me that while they were doing that, it didn't smell right. Even on the young standard day, because she was there to, ouch. Even on the young standard day, she was there to, she's not smelling like a woman, she's smelling like a woman. Damn, okay, shit. Anyway, so that happened. And then apparently while we were dancing, the promoters slash guys that we came with also met her and things happen there, Dali Wonga comes out. I lose my morals. I still have these videos. Anyway, lose my morals, see him. I think that was when that was when, because I was in the front. I made sure that I was in the front. Like this, I made sure it was me, and then it was another two of the other females that were with me. We made sure we were in the front. So he's performing, sitting, whatever. Us, we there. Touch me, touch me. Did this guy not touch my hand? Yo, that's my hand, bro. And I was like, ah! Then I start crying again. Forgive me, it was young. I was young. Start crying again. I'm like, oh my god, I don't get this man. Oh my gosh. Anyway, then he's done performing. I see another one of my friends, guy friend. Just by the way, guy friend. He, because before Daliwonga came, we had spoken. He was like, oh, yeah. I think I had invited him. I don't remember. I don't remember. But we had spoken before. He got wasted before I saw Daliwonga, and then he was like, okay, I'm gonna go and then I'm gonna come back because I don't want to watch Daliwonga. When he came back, he was wasted out of his mind, and I'm like, oh, I almost said his name. I want to expose. Let's call him. How was like let's call him Tabang. It's like, Tabang, how are you wasted so fast? Daliwonga literally performed for 15 minutes. And it's like, this other guy gave me a Susanna, It was so funny. Yeah, so we had to drag him home because he was wasted, and we had to leave the club early because the other people were tired and stuff. But that was a good day. Honestly, that day at Zanzu was a 10 out of 10. You see what I'm saying? I only have positive experiences in Zanzu, except for the time when I vomited, but I know why I vomited. These other females are like, yeah, no, we were drinking these cocktails, we don't know where they're made. Then jiggy, a friend passed out. Somebody lost their tooth. The other one was bleeding. And I'm like, these things are happening at a club that I went to. But I also think, it's because I always go to groove with guys. It's a cock blocker, but it's also saved my life, like a lot of times, you know? Right now, I need to grate tomatoes and the carrots and then start frying the meat. So I don't know if it's going to be noisy or not, but I'm going to wash my hands and then I'm going to try to read these. So I think there's comments there. I don't know. Excuse me. I'm going to wash my hands and then I'm going to. Actually, we'll see, man. If you don't hear me, you don't hear me. I actually hope that the sound is okay because that was the only thing I didn't check for. I checked for the lighting for that's why I started late. So I was like, let's start at 5. But at 5 I was like, nah, the lighting is not okay. Let me wait for um the sun to go down, you know? But yeah, that's what I'm quite good. Most of